Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode. And if you're here and you're watching, thank you for that. Today we're looking at the Aorus B550I Pro AX motherboard. This is a ITX motherboard that I'm going to use in a build because I'm reviewing a case coming up, and I wanted to take a look at what I'm putting in it before I get to that. So guys, sit back, relax, let's take a look at this ITX board. If you're looking to get this ITX board, I will put a link in the Amazon or in the links below for Amazon as an affiliate. So if you're looking to buy this board, you can help the channel. So let's get it opened up and see what you get. Now, also I want to point out before I go any further, this was actually an Amazon return. It was inspected by Amazon's inspection team. So let's see how that works. There was a way I could get the board a little cheaper. Now look at this. You see this box? And then you see this little tiny board right here. So I'm going to put that aside and see what we get. So this is a pullout, and we're going to have some SATA cables, of course. Your Wi-Fi, of course. I like this Wi-Fi. It's magnetic, and it just looks kind of like a shark fin. It's just kind of cool. Of course, you're going to get your CD, backup screws or screws for your NVMe M.2 slots. An ARGB cable. Ooh, that's a really cool Aorus badge. Normally you get an Aorus badge that looks like this. Look at this one. That is pretty cool. That is really cool, actually. A ripped open, sort of. It is the new fan header they're using. Here, I'll just take this out of the bag because it's already opened. This is where they use this smaller connector and give you a full-size fan header to give an extra fan ability on an ITX board. Gigabyte came up with that, and I thought that was great. And correct me, of course, if Gigabyte didn't come up with it, but I'm pretty sure they did. I don't know why. There's zip ties and grommets in here. Disturbing. And of course you get your manual, and manuals can be kind of important when it comes, normally I say toilet paper, but when it comes to a motherboard, it's not a bad thing to have around, for sure. So we know it's not sealed by any means, so let's take a look at what we got here. It's actually quite a bit of weight to this board, and I'm going to say that's because this board actually has a full aluminum panel on the back here, and of course an NVMe M.2 slot on the back. So what's unique about this board over other ITX boards that I've tested is you get two NVMe slots, because under this heatsink there's another one. So that is actually really, really cool. I like the reinforced and metal DDR4 slots here. That's kind of nice. It just gives it that you just bought something expensive look, and that's something I really, really like. Hey, check this out, guys. Remember, I said this was an Amazon return. This is on backwards. Do you see that? These are put on backwards. Now, this was inspected by an Amazon inspection team. Well, they would have known, or how did they test it? Good point, huh? So, I need to worry, and I've had it for quite a while. So if anything's wrong with it now, I'm going to have to go through Gigabyte and not do an Amazon return, because they're going to be saying I'm past that window. I've had it now sitting here for a few months, so I'm a crap out of luck there if something goes wrong with this. So that is very unfortunate. So you are greeted, of course, with a CPU fan header right here, or water pump, whatever you want it to be. 8-phase power connector, which would be pretty standard on anything newer today. And then, of course, your VRM here, an aluminum heatsink pipe down to the heatsink here for your NVMe. Be kind of nice if I open that now and there's an NVMe still in there. That would be a bonus. Maybe we'll do that in the video just in case, because this is done wrong. Your 24-pin connector, 4 SATA ports. You have another USB port right here, and I'm going to say that is probably an RGB header. Another RGB header, a USB 2.0, fan header right here. So now we have at least 2 fan headers if we count the CPU header. Now, ITX boards aren't really famous for having a lot of fan headers, so there's 1, 2 at this point. Another USB port here, and your PCIe 16X right here, and look at that, all metal shroud. I mean, this is actually a beautiful board, like right down to the weight and finish. Seeing this, that really made me happy. And to get the board for what I got it for, it was pretty much a steal if it works. So in here you have another USB. You'll have your audio, or sorry, that's your audio, HD audio. Not 100% what that is. It could be a TPM. And then there's a weird connector right there. Now the connector for that mini fan, oh, your ARGB is right here. So there is one. It's just kind of hidden. And what's surprising now is I'm trying to find that little mini connector because I don't see it. So now I'm starting to wonder if that mini connector is even supposed to be in this box. But it'd be kind of odd that it didn't have it to go along with giving you an extra fan. So it doesn't matter. We're going to take this here off in a minute because I want to see what is underneath there. And of course here we have Wi-Fi, of course, your audio. Unfortunately, this guy does not have fiber. But, I mean, at this point, you got dual HDMI. You have your display port, 3 USB, well actually, we'll say 4, 5 USB. No, that one's, yeah, 3.2s. So there's lots of USB 3.2s on here. No USB 2.0s anymore. I guess that's possible with your connectors on the board. I actually have a 2.5 gigabit LAN here, which is phenomenal. Your USB-C out the back. I did not see a USB-C header on the board anywhere, so you're not going to be hooking up a case with USB-C on this whatsoever. So anyway, that is your basic layout. It's a beautiful looking board. It's got real decent weight to it, and it's what I expect from Aorus moving forward with, you know, some quality higher end parts, and just the fit and finish and things that they've done on the RAM and so on just tells me that these guys are definitely serious. So now this is bothering me, so we're going to take a look at this, and I want to see if it has that extra connector for that cable that's actually in the box. So was it supposed to be in the box? Well, let's find out. Okay, no, they're not iFixit. I think they're no fix-it. Not a big enough channel to have iFixit tools. Okay, these are long screws. Alright. I've never had one of these boards or taken any of this apart before, so I'm not sure what is needed to do so. Looks like a little bit more on this one. And a little bit more on this one. Wow, those are seriously long. Okay, so once you get that off, that's just a big, huge heatsink that I'm not even 100% was touching this. So it's either for show or it actually does something, which I don't see how. And now we're going to take this here off. Unfortunately, and it was used because the stickiness is right here. Unfortunately, there is no free solid state. They screwed this up, but they didn't give me something for a gift, which kind of sucks. But there's your other M.2 right here, or NVMe slot. I don't know if this will actually run M.2. Maybe the secondary might, but usually the first ones now on the newer series of boards are NVMe only. And that must be that connector, but I thought it was smaller. This would plug in here, give you your extra fan header. This is a neat little thing they did on these ITX boards because there's no room. Even though it does look like you could have possibly put a normal full-size one here, they didn't. So this would plug in here, give you your full-size 4-pin, and now you would have 2 to support any other fans you want to put on your system. Now, with an ITX build, there's a chance that you're going to have to use a fan hub. You have one for your CPU and 2 headers for other fans. So what this does, this piece here, actually connects to the heatsink that's surrounding everything going out to this pipe. So this is actually a heatsink, it's not just for show. So it's one big solid piece of aluminum, which is kind of neat to see. At first I was kind of questioning it. I'm like, what the heck does it do? I mean, it's not connected to the NVMe, and the NVMe has its own heatsink underneath that. So guys, what do you think? Comment below. I think it's going to be a really, really nice, cool board. I just hope it works. And yeah. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to power this up. I just happen to have a 3000G Athlon sitting around, which is the AM4 platform. I threw 32 gigs of my ASRock Loki in here. No solid state at this point. I just want to see if I got hosed or not. And I want to talk about something I mentioned earlier that was incorrect, and that was the this being a USB 2.0. This one is, but this is actually your motherboard header area here. So this is the power here, these 2 pins, whenever I know if I'm powered up or not. There we go. Let's find out if it posts. I don't know if the 3000G is even compatible, so we're about to find that out too. As you can see here, some really nice light going on all along the back here, which is really cool if you want to light that back end up. So let's hope this board works, or I'm going to cry. Oh, we got post. There we go. I had in the wrong port. So as you can see here, we do have post. Of course, it's being reset. Reconfiguration is needed. And that, to me, is awesome. Let me just get a mouse to plug in here. Right, let's click OK and take a look at what we got. So 3.5, that is correct. The RAM is running at the wrong speed right now, but that's XMP disabled. Not a big deal. We could just do that, and it's at 3200. But as we can see here, 216 gig DIMMs of RAM, 3000G with Vega. So that means that it may not work with the 3200G and the 3400G, but it does work with the Athlon 3000 series. So that must determine that it's a 3rd gen at that point, because it works. Now it's only Vega 3 graphics, but hey, it is what it is. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed the unboxing, and I'm glad that I could fire it up and show you guys the light going on here, because that is really cool, and it's nice, and it's actually hidden underneath here too, so it kind of goes down and out, which is really cool. The fact that it's working with this chip is really nice. Yes, don't knock the cooler. That is a factory 3000G cooler. I did fix the brackets and put them on properly, and it's nice to know that the board is actually working. So my worries are a little put to bed, and we can move on now. So anyway guys, thank you for watching. At least you got to see it running, so you know what kind of lighting you're going to deal with and how it looks. Till next time, game over.